Hey, what about this one? Wait. There's one more. Why no one feels rich? Why high earners are living paycheck to paycheck.
Americans on average say they would need $520,000 a year to feel rich. And
damn, really? Wait, you need 520 grand to feel rich? That's insane. That's such an unrealistic number. In like the most like in Santa Monica and Manhattan, maybe? But I feel like most Americans, you live in a place where you can feel very good for way less than this. This is not even how much you need for a house. This is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. This is well more than I made in a really good job at NVIDIA. Not counting stock, but the stock, I didn't sell stock at the time. That's crazy. That's an obscene amount of money. I'd feel rich at 80K. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the word feeling rich is the operative word here. Still, I mean, I'm thinking back, right? I feel like at 250K, which is less than half of this, was like such an absurd amount of money in a high cost of living area. Unless you have kids or something, I guess. Easily. It was like, you have enough money for rent, groceries, vacations, and savings. Everything you want, bro. That was amount of money for everything and more, and car, and 520 is really an absurd amount. I'm just saying, if this is you're setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. Unless you just hit it or have rich family. That's just a lot of money. That's like, I think that's 1% maybe or less of Americans. You got to avoid lifestyle creep.
When I was in middle school, a song came out called Mo Money, Mo Problems. And I think that that's true. Your problems scale. You still are dealing with a finite number every month. Your worries, your anxiety, your budget scales to that. You still are dealing with a ceiling.
I mean, the hamster wheel metaphor is very apt here because that just means your costs are going up. Now, I understand if you get a family. If you get a family, then all the costs balloon, right? College funds, taking care of kids is expensive, 100%. But if your life hasn't changed, but only your money changed, the amount needed being so much more is crazy.
62% of people with salaries over $300,000 a year struggle with credit card debt.
What? People over 300K a year are struggling to pay their credit card bills? What are you buying? Dude, we're such a debt-obsessed country. That's crazy. You seriously, this is the best advice I can give, bro. Is like, get off the treadmill, the hedonic treadmill, bro. Keep your expenses low. Every time your income goes up and your expenses don't go up, you feel more free. This is crazy. You don't need to get the fanciest shit to impress people. The new Labubu drop is expensive. Don't buy the latest Labubu. Buy a used Labubu. I'm not saying get no Labubu. I'm just saying buy a used one, or be happy with what you get from the first blind box. Don't buy 10 more blind boxes to get the right one.
I earn $300,000 and I live in New York City. I definitely don't feel rich. I feel very lucky, I feel privileged, but I do not feel rich. I could not stop working right now.
I don't know how to say, like, if you can't make 300K, I understand that like wealth inequality in America's gotten bad. Housing's gotten absurdly expensive. You could make like 150K and still feel like you couldn't get a house. But if you're making $300,000 a year, you should be able to manage it. I don't know how to tell it to you. I got to keep it a buck. I got to keep it a stack. $300,000 a year in any part of America, you can make it work. You can make it work, 100%. I don't know how to tell you this. You should not have massive money problems at $300K a year, unless you have a massive family. That's the only thing I'll say. If you have like 4 kids, that changes things. But for a person or a couple, that's enough money, 100%. I just got to keep it real.
But I think what makes them feel not rich is we were told once you make 6 figures, all of your problems will go away. You'll just have so much excess. And I think we know that narrative is not true anymore.
Okay. I don't know who told you that all your problems would go away at 100 grand. That's not realistic. But a lot of them can. You're adding new problems. I think they're like dancing around it, but there's just no way for it to not help you out unless you're adding new problems.
I know that I am on a hamster wheel with my business. I actually really love the hamster wheel. I love what I do, but I also realize that I can't stop.
Did you think when you made your first 300K a year that you are retired and you never have to work again for the rest of your life? Like, that's it? You're done? You are now a Rockefeller and you own... What expectations do you have? If you have that much money a year and you live relatively cheaply, you're banking so much that you could take a year off or whatever. You're overspending. There's just no other way around it.
Someone makes $200,000 a year in LA. They're gonna probably take home 140-ish. Rent for a 1-bedroom is gonna be at least $3,000. Their car payment's gonna be $700. Car insurance is gonna be maybe $200 a month. Gas is gonna be $200 a month. If you were to
Right there. Okay, first of all, don't pay car insurance. If you get in an accident, just run. Easy. Gas, siphon it. Siphon that right out of other people's cars. That's free money right there. Act broke to stay rich, bro. Car payment? Bro, drive a 10-year-old Honda Fit beat up with a huge gash in the side from when you slammed it into a pillar in a parking garage. Now you don't have a car payment, okay? Boom. Ding, 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 ding.
That's $50,000 right there. The remainder is for all the other things. We haven't eaten yet. We haven't purchased groceries. We haven't paid for subscriptions to Amazon and Netflix. We haven't gone on vacation yet. We haven't purchased clothes yet.
Sorry, what was the math on that? Even with all this insane...
If you were to annualize that, that's $50,000 right there.
Okay, $50,000 out of 140K. So you still have $90,000 left over to discretionary spend. Even at these numbers, which I could quibble with, you still have 90K left over to fund your what? Your Amazon, your Netflix, your vacation. You can make that work. I'm just saying none of this is crazy, even in LA. And you picked the worst example. There's a Drake song where he goes, I might spend 50K on a vacation just to show all my homies that we made it. Okay? So if you're doing that, you still only have 40 grand left over. Even if you're throwing Drake vacations.
Income, if you're living in an area that has a high cost of living.
When my business started to grow, one of the first...
Oh, you know what they didn't include? That's the problem. They didn't include where you have to gift your favorite streamer, your favorite marketing and business streamer. You have to do at least 20 to 30K on that. That's okay. That actually does eat up a lot of, because that is an important expense. You're not really living if you're not making sure that your streamer has. Okay, now that I see that, it's like, yeah, I guess it is kind of hard. Because that's non-negotiable. Like, you can't cut that expense. I could definitely see that being a problem.
When my business started to grow, one of the first things that I started spending more money on right away was food, because I don't have time to cook. I had more money than time, and so I started...
This is crazy. It's all gonna, it's gonna come back to private taxi for burrito. It's all gonna come back to private taxi for burrito. Says me, exactly says me. Okay, I make more than this, and even I have cut this expense. I don't do it anymore. I have the meal kit thing in my fridge. Okay, even I don't do it. It's an insane, absurd waste of money. 100%. It's an absurd waste of money. You know what's crazy though? I guess it was cheaper before, but like living in San Jose, making, I don't know, like 175 at the time, because I'm not counting the stock. I did a lot of Uber Eats or whatever, and I still had plenty left over. Plenty. I had expensive rent. I still ordered food, and I had California taxes, and I still had plenty left over. You have to be, I think, spending like crazy. I just don't buy it. I don't buy that it's like so hard to make 300K work. I won't buy it. I won't buy it because I've lived through something similar for less, and I didn't even care that much or watch it that closely, and you still have plenty left over.
Eating Grubhub 3 meals a day most days. After that, it became rent, because...
3 meals a day? Oh my God. 3 Grubhub meals a day in New York? No fucking shot. Dude, this is like a rage bait video. I feel like I'm gonna turn into who's that guy? The guy that does rage bait financial advice. Caleb Hammer. I'm gonna turn into Caleb Hammer. This is crazy, dude. They picked this woman to rage bait me. She makes 300K in New York. I can't make it work. I don't feel rich. I Grubhub 3 meals a day. It's a remote consulting business, but you have to live in downtown heart of New York.
I hit $1 million a year in revenue, and I said, that's it, I'm moving to Manhattan. And so my rent doubled, and I suddenly was paying $4,000 in rent. What is...
Suddenly? Dude, describing it as something like it just happened to you. So, like out of nowhere. I said, that's it. I'm moving to Manhattan. And then all of a sudden, like this meteor hit. And suddenly I had $4,000 a month rent for some reason. And all of a sudden I was spending 3 meals a day on Grubhub. And oh my God, of course. Of course. 4K from Manhattan, based on my understanding from this recent stream, is a good deal. Her apartment looks like it costs more than that.
Lifestyle creep can really sneak up on you. You start earning more and then you decide, well, I can buy more things. I need a second car. I need a bigger home. I need to go on this European vacation. I deserve this European vacation.
I'm just gonna tell you, man, if you get this and instead of buying the extra thing, you just put it towards paying down whatever debt you have, it feels so good. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Best financial advice I can give you in my whole life. If for whatever reason things work out and you start making more money than you thought, take that extra money and pay down debt. You feel free. It's like shackles being taken off you. It's incredible. Just do that for a few years. You'll feel awesome. It's way, way better than whatever you're going to spend it on. I promise. I promise. Feels so good. I've been making payments to the national debt. Yeah. What I'm saying is any extra money you get, sell it to the United States national debt. And it feels so fucking good. It feels so much better than buying something for yourself to pay 1/1,000,000% of the daily spend of the Fed. It's awesome. Take an extra shift, actually. Work extra hard and then put that money towards the national debt. Borrow money, actually. You should borrow money in your own name from a bank. Get a second mortgage on your house and then use that money to pay the national debt. Because now it's your problem. Now you can figure it out, but it's not Uncle Sam's problem, which is nice. Get it off his books.
I spend more on my hair. I spend more on makeup. I get my lashes done. I get my nails done. I think it's just something that comes with the territory.
Birds of a feather.
Oh my God, it's such rage bait. This woman is like a paid actress designed to make the internet mad and make me mad. You know what? Go off, queen. I'm not falling for this scam. Good job. Good enough. Well spent.
You have a net worth. What you own minus what you owe is your net worth. Everyone has one. Yours may be negative at this point, but you have to figure how to turn that around. Once you know your net worth, then you can start to build on what are your goals? What do I want to have in terms of my retirement savings, in terms of savings for college if you have children, in terms of emergency savings in case anything
I
happens.
feel like she's making it uncool to save. I feel like she's making it lame. This is making it lame. If I saw this video, I would want to spend more money. This makes it sound so boring. This makes it sound so boring. Dude, I swear to God, it's fucking cool just to pay down debt, to have no major bill coming that you have to worry about. I talked about this on the podcast, maybe it was the Patreon or something, but I was just saying that my dream goal, I might be there now actually. I've been working on it for a while, but my dream goal is to have all my expenses able to be covered by a Starbucks job. So if I did nothing else but work at Starbucks, I'd be fine. I got no debt. I had a paid off car, paid off house, paid off everything, and just to worry about food, whatever food and whatever, and I could pay it off with Starbucks. And I think I'm there. I'm there, but that was my goal for the longest time. You'd be a bad barista. You'd probably get fired from Starbucks. My plan's gonna go to shit when I get fired 1 week in, dude, because I keep making terrible drinks. But that's the goal. That's the goal, and I think that's way cooler than buying a cooler car. If you're not a car person. Like, if you get deep psychic joy from cars, then yeah, get a nice car. Some people are car people. I've met them. They love cars. They care about cars. They watch car YouTubers. If you're actually a car guy, then I get it. Buy the car. But if you're not and you buy a nice car because you think it's what you're supposed to do with money, then you're stupid. Don't do it. It doesn't matter.
Budget should be a representation of your values. The issue is you can't value everything. You have to prioritize it. And when people
tell that to our country. What do we value? I guess everything, because we spend on everything.
My advice for somebody who's on the hamster wheel is understanding the trade-off. I could get off the hamster wheel.
Nobody wants your advice.
And I know that. And I know that my circumstances
Nobody wants your
change.
advice.
For right now, this is the answer for me. My advice to somebody who's feeling that anxiety is understand that this is a choice. There are trade-offs. What I have learned is that I have been very burnt out and exhausted as a person who doesn't earn a lot of money. And I have been burned out and exhausted as a person who does earn a lot of money. And I would take being a person who's burned out and exhausted and has money any day of the week.
That was the stupidest I've ever heard in my whole life. Wow! Shocker! Shocker! No fucking shit! The point is you could be not burnt out and exhausted. I'm gonna crash out. She got me.
I would rather
She
do
got
that than be burned out and tired and also worrying about my bills.
Cute cat, though. Wise words from the sage. Somebody said, "Wow, that's wow, wise words." I never thought about it like that. That's actually so wise. Check the comments. I don't even want to. I know what they're doing. I know what you're doing, CNBC. God, these comments. I started making more money, so I moved to Manhattan. The lack of self-realization is astronomical. 1.4K. There's actually not as much hate on that particular woman as I expected. People are just... Are Enron hats a good investment? Yes, absolutely. You should buy at least 3.